This is the ultimate coin farm guide you need in Kingdom Rush battles. So watch the video till the end and let's get right into it. I would like to start off with understanding the concept of coin farm. Coin farm is basically a mode in which you will require tickets in order to win or lose a match. Whether you win or lose, you get some gold which goes into the piggy bank, and once you complete the entire piggy bank, you get all of that required gold amount. The gold becomes more and more according to the higher you go in each arena, and basically if you don't make it to the end of the entire piggy bank, you can rather give gems and withdraw the amount of coins you have collected, or it's going to be a waste. So always take a note of that. And now let's take a look at more. Basically, you have some boosters replacing your spells. So there are boosters which spawns enemies, there are boosters which give resistance, speed to the opponent, and there's a few offensive ones which actually attack on the opponent's side, which is probably the powerful one. You just need to understand all of them and how to use each of them in each of the situations, as both of them would be having the same boosters, yet the timing and the moment where you use it matters a lot. So I will start off with understanding what is the meta coin farm, and then I will get to the deck. Let's start off with the towers. And there are two towers which are dominating in this game mode. First of all, it's going to be barbarians. I would consider barbarians are quite too much needed regardless of the map, as this game mode requires a lot of stalling, as there are a lot of enemies coming always in, so you will require this to be a must to be used, to say the least. Now the next tower is going to be Tesla. Tesla spam is just exactly what you need. If you can just use Tesla spam, not exactly spam it, but in all arenas make the most work out of Tesla, you will see yourself performing way much more better than 80% of the players who are going to be facing you in this game mode, and you will just see yourself dominating completely. So focus on upgrading the Tesla in first and second wave, and then focus on any other towers. But also don't forget to get yourself a Glacial Druid. Now Glacial Druid is going to be very much helpful. Not only you can stun the towers, but you can also send Frost Giants, which is very annoying to say the least, as the opponent is not having any kind of spell. Using this is just going to be worth it. There is no doubt about it, because it cannot be polymorphed, and if it cannot be polymorphed, it's just way much more harder to deal with. With it, I also think Necromancer could be up there too. I don't think it's quite effective as other towers, but Necromancer is a viable option which you can use in this game mode. As for all the arenas, I would say normal mage tower is just the best choice. You have chain reaction with the normal attack of the mage, but you can also have yourself giving resistance to opponent's side, which can be even more annoying to the opponent to deal with. The meta of the towers, Arcane is the option which I personally go for.
Editor Prahant here, and here is the actual note which I have observed after recording this video, that Archmage is viable because of his tornado ability. It can help you out a ton in terms of stalling enemies, even if it's for a while. So you can rather use Arcane or Archmage, anything you prefer. Mage tower isn't the main important tower in this game mode, rather it is focused on how well you can stall enemies and deal damage to them. So anything like Tesla plus Barracks plus slow is gonna be the best way you can actually deal with enemies.
Now as we talk about heroes, now here Beresad, the best dragon, is not the best dragon. It is quite a catch, because this game mode requires a lot of sabotaging, and the more you can sabotage an opponent's side, the more better it is. I can understand that Beresad can stand away enemies and stuff and can even tank for you, but personally I don't think it's going to be the best dragon. Few of the best choices I think here will be Ice Cold, Ashbite, and Waylon. Now the reason I said Waylon, because you can use her to stall majority of the ground enemies. Not only that, take them out very much easily with Waylon. You just need to do precise micro and know when to prioritize her in which lane according to the map, and if you can do that, you're basically set for this entire game. Waylon is the trickiest one to use if you don't have that. you can rather go for something else. For an example, Allura is quite good too, but she can be killed very much easily, so I don't really recommend her. And there is Vespro as the free-to-play options. If you are just in the oldie game, you can consider yourself using this. But if you have the dragons, Ashbite is quite viable because of his ability. He's just dominating at the moment in this game mode in my eyes. As you understand the towers and the hero meta, now it's time for us to understand the best decks which I personally like to use in this game mode, and it quite works pretty much effectively.
Here are a few of the decks which I like to personally use in this mode. It truly depends what hero you're using and what map it is. The tower meta is almost the same. Barbarians for the barracks, there's Arcane and Archmage for the mage, Tesla is must, and Druid as your artillery or something which can slow down enemies with, which usually works out pretty much well enough. There are 3 maps in total, and these are the 3 maps. You can take a look at it. Playstyle can be a little bit different here and there. You need to adapt to one character and understand how to use his playstyle and know what counters what heroes. So what you need to take care is to just counter the what counters you. For an example, for a dragon it's going to be flying enemies, and for the ground hero is going to be something like ghost or orc shaman. These are a few of the really annoying parts about the ground heroes. But the goblin balloon is on another level, so you just want to know that how to counter it and how you want to proceed against it the best way possible. In my eyes, the best way is to rather Archmage it on opponent's side or use Arcane to deal with it a lot much more better.
Okay, so I will be also displaying the decks which I showed you. Few things before you use any of the decks I've suggested. I will always tell you to experiment according to the map. Do you require tanking more, or do you require air damage more? What are you actually prioritizing with each of the things which you're using, which is one of the most important things that you should keep in mind before playing or getting yourself into this mode. You can always switch archery scouts and barbarians and rocket gunners. Any 3 of these you can just switch with. Arcane wizard is great. You can always use Archmage too instead of this. Necromancer I avoided in this mode. If it was onslaught I would pick it, but not in this mode to say the least. But this is the deck which I'm going to be using for this video. Okay, so we faced an Archmage opponent. Now when I see an Archmage opponent, I just know he's going to be annoying. Berisad is really good in this mode to say the least. If you have Berisad, just use him. He's just too goated at the moment in the meta. Goblin balloons are definitely the most annoying thing to be faced in this game mode to say the least. So you definitely want to get them too. And I hope that Arcane is able to take care of that. Okay, I'm gonna get a Tesla just right over there. And then I'm gonna get myself another Arcane. I know it sounds a little weird, but this is exactly how you use this deck. And I'll get myself an archery scouts over here. I will be using this just right there to annoy my opponent. I have the TNT available too. I need 2 Arcanes in the back because if my opponent just, double the teleportation, the better it is. In choke points like these, you just need 2 of them and everything's gonna be alright, you just know it. And keep Waylon in this choke point part, I would consider. The more she stays in these areas, the better it is because you can just slow down enemies. And whenever that happens, you can just move your hero. It truly doesn't do too much, but it's always better to micro them when needed than just not move them at all, it's just better. And Raylene does this too, which is actually quite good. I really like it. Damage resistant is actually quite arguably very annoying when you can't use it well enough, or your opponent just uses it on perfect things. It just gets perfect RNG to say the least. But as for that's kind of rare to happen. Well, not for me, I just have the worst luck in the world. But you can always hope that that's how things work out for you. 2 hearts at the moment. You always want to keep things as much keep Waylon away when she is in low health. Just try your best to keep the battlefield away from her at the moment when things are not doing well for her, and then just get her into the battlefield whenever you think she's ready. And we're gonna also start freezing on the opponent's side. We're gonna do that. We're gonna use that. Prahant. We're gonna be utilizing our insta-kill on the annoying enemies to get rid of them instantly, which we do not want to face at all. So that is quite the plan at the moment, but let's see how it goes on for us. You just have to stall them for long enough time, and according to the situations and the boosters, of course. And I think we are doing quite fine enough at the moment. Waylon might die over here, but I think the new wave is gonna start, and we are gonna pull off enough time to recover from what we have actually faced at the moment. So let's see what happens. I'll just damage Prahant just right off in the starting of the wave, just in hope that it works out, and it works. I hope so, but let's see. We have 2 arcanes in the back, which is quite fine. I don't think that's bad at all. And over here, Waylon is gonna do her job. He may just ping pong our own Frost Giant on us, which is gonna be quite trouble if he does do that. But as far as that is not happening, I think we're fine. And in situations like these, you just want to get Waylon into battlefield as soon as possible, because she is the only person who can get you out of these situations. Okay, so I'm just gonna do one more time that, and now I'm gonna pull Waylon a little bit back. Okay, so basically, if you want to counter dragons, your Goblin Balloon is one of the best options. If you have an opponent with ground hero, for an example Waylon, then there is Magnus, Pelbane, or Vesper. You can use the Orc Shaman, which is way too much annoying in this mode to deal with. So these are a few of the choices which you can always take a look into and use.
So I hope you found this one helpful. If you did, consider subscribing for more quality Prahant gaming. I'll meet you in 2026, and until there, keep on rushing.